I'm Izzy and I chair the Youth Board here at Chester Zoo. The Youth Board is a group of young people aged 18 to 26 that provide a youth voice to all aspects of the work that Chester Zoo does. Through Chester Zoo, we work with so many young people through youth engagement. This can be from our curriculum-based workshops, Duke of Edinburgh, our youth symposium, careers and conservation events, and many more. Through this, we get to hear from young people about how important climate change, sustainability, and biodiversity is to them. Let's hear from some of them now. Why is acting for climate change important to you?
The state of the planet, kind of how many years we have left, the idea that possibly I could not have children or grandchildren without them having severe health and physical impacts, it scares me. So I think it's really important that not only the younger generation, but everybody gets involved in this.
Well, I think it matters because for future generations, we're giving this world to them. Our parents gave us this world and it's not the best because of climate change and pollution. But if we make it better for them, it could be a happier place for them to live.
Climate change to me is worrying, as I've seen the impacts it can have on other people and different environments and how that might impact me in the future.
I think that climate change will affect my life by not giving me enough chances in the future and maybe rising stress and anxiety to help my family out. I feel like taking actions on climate change matters because then it ensures that I have a safe future.
It will be worse when I grow up. So my future, my children, the family I have, it all will be at risk of health and pollution and stuff like that.
If we're not the generation that does it, then there's not going to be that many people that get the chance to do it after us. This is sort of the last opportunity we're going to have to make a change before we start crossing the tipping points.
What would you like to see from decision makers in education to create a more sustainable future?
I think it'd be really important, especially for the younger years, if we just had maybe a couple of lessons around how we would help with the sustainability.
I think adults, the first thing they need to do is accept and understand that this thing is happening. Climate change is real and it's gonna affect us really bad.
Well, I think they should be investing in more sustainable ideas instead of plastic and cutting down rainforests because we need them and there are hundreds or thousands of species living in there and they're just not going to have a home anymore.
I think adults should do more about putting a limit on things that take a lot of energy, and maybe, investing in solar power, water power, stuff like that.
Maybe they should start introducing new after-school curricular activities, making people more passionate and making people want to take action, and maybe involve it in other lessons, not just geography, science, maybe include it in other lessons to make sure it's all constantly on people's minds.
When you get to high school, what can you be doing? So what are the impacts of your decisions, like buying from certain shops, taking the car to school? I don't think those impacts are properly shown, so people don't know the choices that they make and the impact it has on the wider world.
See, if you are passionate about climate change and you do not have the money to, suppose, change your petrol vehicle to an electric vehicle, you can just do simple things like putting waste properly into the waste bin or teaching your children, stuff like that. Do the best you can.
Young people care about the planet, wildlife, being sustainable, and the climate crisis. We want a future where we can live more sustainably to protect the planet and the biodiversity within our world. As young people, we just want to have our voices heard, and that's why we need adults, decision makers, and teachers to care as much as we do and help us work together to build a better future for our world.